On a storm-laden night in the decaying town of Black Hollow, Elizabeth stumbled upon a drenched stray cat, its fur matted with mud. She named it Midnight, its eyes gleaming a disconcerting shade of yellow. Elizabeth was a solitary figure, recently moved into an ancestral, ramshackle house filled with whispers of a dark past. Midnight's presence brought a rare sense of comfort, its purring a symphony against the relentless winds. But as days turned to weeks, an unsettling transformation seeped into Elizabeth's life. She awoke to scratch marks on the walls, mirrors shattered into unexplainable patterns, and a chilling presence that made the hairs on her neck prickle. Midnight would often stare at Elizabeth with an almost human intelligence, its eyes flickering with an ominous presence. One night, the cat led Elizabeth down to the neglected cellar. With each creak of the wooden steps, she felt an overpowering dread tighten around her. At the corner of the cellar, concealed beneath a moldy tarp, she found an ancient book bound in what seemed like human skin. Frantic illustrations of a witch and her feline familiar were etched onto its pages, the cat unmistakably resembling Midnight. As Elizabeth thumbed through the pages, the air in the room grew dense with malevolence. Words of incantation seemed to float up and wrap around her, their meanings clear despite the archaic language. The house groaned, the sound of footsteps echoing from the shadows. Elizabeth realized, with paralyzing horror, the tale of the witch's revenge. Long ago, her ancestors had burned the witch at the stake, the flames consuming her body but not her soul. Bound to the cat, the witch had waited centuries for retribution. Midnight morphed before her eyes, its body elongating, fur turning into sinew and then gossamer threads of darkness. The witch's form materialized, her eyes burning with an eternal, vengeful fire. She spoke in a voice that was a symphony of pain and rage. "You bear the sins of your bloodline, Elizabeth. Now, you shall perish as they did." The shadows surged forward, smothering Elizabeth's screams, their cold tendrils caressing her skin like the grip of death itself. The town of Black Hollow would later echo with tales of a haunted house, where the faint sound of a cat's purr could be heard through the walls, mingling with the ghostly cries of its last owner.